In 2010, Aimee Bender captivated readers with her novel, The Particular Sadness of Lemon Cake. The story revolves around Rose Edelstein, a young girl who unexpectedly develops the extraordinary ability to taste emotions within the food she consumes. Through Rose's peculiar relationship with food, the novel delves into the complexities of her unconventional family dynamics. Rose's family is far from ordinary. Her mother, Lane, harbors an unspoken dissatisfaction with her life, while her father, Paul, possesses an inexplicable fear of hospitals. Rose's brother, Joseph, renowned for his scientific brilliance, exudes an off-putting eccentricity. Immersed in this eccentric world, Rose's unique talent becomes a reflection of her keen perception and her innate ability to comprehend the unspoken needs of those around her. The narrative intertwines elements of surrealism with a foundation of realism, using Rose's extraordinary ability as a metaphor for her profound sensitivity and empathy. The story commences on the eve of Rose's 9th birthday when she tastes a cake prepared by her mother, only to discover that it embodies emptiness and sorrow. Rose's taste buds reveal her mother's concealed unhappiness, even as Lane vehemently denies it. As Rose's awareness of her ability expands, she finds herself burdened by the overwhelming flood of emotions infused in every morsel she consumes. Frustrated by her inability to articulate her experience, Rose is met with disbelief from her mother, who assumes her culinary skills are to blame for the strange tastes. Paul remains oblivious to the unfolding mystery, while Joseph dismisses Rose as being crazy. It is George, Joseph's compassionate friend, who takes Rose's condition seriously and offers unwavering support. Together, they embark on an experiment designed to explore the depth of Rose's extraordinary gift. Under George's guidance, Rose ventures to a local bakery, where she samples a cookie that emanates anger, mirroring the baker's emotional state. Similarly, when Rose tastes a sandwich crafted by the baker's girlfriend, she detects an overwhelming plea for love. The baker concedes that Rose's interpretations accurately capture the dynamics of his relationship. Rose and George deduce that her unique ability is most potent when deciphering the emotions of those who are unaware or unable to comprehend their own inner turmoil. Through Rose's journey, Bender skillfully explores themes of perception, empathy, and the intricate complexities of human emotions. The Particular Sadness of Lemon Cake is a thought-provoking tale that delves into the depths of familial dynamics, capturing the triumphs and tribulations of navigating a world governed by unspoken desires and emotional subtleties. According to Rose's perspective, consuming food that has been touched by someone leaves a faint emotional residue on it. One fateful day, Rose takes a bite of her mother's pie and immediately collapses, desperately clawing at her mouth in distress. Concerned, Lane rushes Rose to the emergency room, where Rose insists that her mouth be removed. As Rose regains composure, she realizes that revealing her strange ability will only lead others to perceive her as insane. From then on, she keeps her secret hidden, avoiding any mention of it. For years, Rose grapples with her unique ability. She attempts to rely on mass-produced food to suppress the dominance of her mother's emotions, but when she is compelled to consume homemade meals, her mother's emotions overwhelm her senses. At the age of 12, after eating roast beef, Rose is flooded with intense sensations of guilt and romance, leading her to suspect her mother is having an affair. This discovery drives Rose to seek a deeper connection with her father. In an attempt to engage her father in conversation, Rose discovers that Paul harbors an overwhelming fear of hospitals, to the extent that he refused to enter the hospital where she and Joseph were born and would likely avoid one even if she were gravely ill. Rose also notices Joseph's frequent disappearances, often returning looking fatigued and refusing to provide an explanation. With most of his college applications rejected, Joseph enrolls in a local college. Eventually, Joseph convinces his parents to allow him to rent his own apartment, under the condition that he calls them every afternoon. Years pass, and one day, Lane and Paul do not receive the anticipated call from Joseph. Filled with worry, Lane rushes to Joseph's apartment, only to find him weakened and dehydrated, lying face down on the living room floor. On another occasion, when Joseph vanishes once more, Rose, now a high school senior, decides to check on him. Upon her arrival, she discovers Joseph in his bedroom, but what she finds there remains unknown. Gazing downward, Rose is taken aback to witness Joseph undergoing a peculiar metamorphosis, melding with the chair he occupies as its legs seemingly merge with his own. Alarmed, Rose steps away in search of assistance, but upon her return, Joseph has vanished. Desperate for help, Rose reaches out to George, the person she still holds deep affection for. George and Paul arrive, yet Rose struggles to articulate precisely what she witnessed. Her father swiftly dismisses the matter, seemingly reluctant to uncover the truth. In contrast, George makes a genuine effort to understand and gradually comes to believe Rose. Before departing, George shares a tender kiss with Rose, marking a significant moment. Inspired by these events, Rose embarks on a new endeavor, cooking a meal for herself. However, as she tastes the pasta, she is overwhelmed by a rush of unsettling emotions. Sorrow, a yearning to revert to her 8-year-old self, and a frigid sensation reminiscent of factories flood her senses. Determined to change this experience, Rose takes proactive steps. Rather than pursuing higher education, she opts to work in an office, choosing a different path for herself. Eventually, Rose stumbles upon a remarkable restaurant where the food tastes ordinary. She deduces that the cook's focus is primarily on the ingredients and the taste of the dishes. In due course, Rose secures a position as a dishwasher at the restaurant. While George occasionally contacts Rose over the ensuing years, she admits that she is not prepared for a romantic relationship. George eventually marries another person. One evening, Rose discovers her father poring over an old photo album. Within its pages, she spots a picture of her grandfather, with a cloth covering his face. Inquisitive, Rose inquires about it, prompting Paul to explain that his father wore it because he possessed the ability to detect others' emotions with such intensity that it caused him pain. When Rose confides in her father about her own ability, he instantly believes her. Paul also reveals that he suspects he harbors a similar skill, though he fears that exploring it in a medical setting would prove unbearable. At that moment, Rose comprehends the overwhelming nature of Joseph's transformative ability. Over time, Rose gradually embraces her unique ability, harnessing it to assist others. She becomes a source of guidance at the restaurant, offering profound insights about the emotional essence imbued within the food, helping people uncover and navigate their own innermost feelings. As she embraces her role as an empathetic guide, Rose's purpose begins to crystallize. In the final chapters of the novel, Rose crosses paths with Joseph once more. He finds himself confined to a hospital bed, his frail condition evident. When Rose pays him a visit, Joseph confides that assuming the form of furniture offers him respite, as it is easier for him to be an object than to grapple with the complexities of being human. This revelation strikes a chord within Rose, as she realizes the parallel between Joseph's need for seclusion and her own inclination to shield herself from the emotional turmoil of others by consuming factory-produced food. In this poignant realization, Rose recognizes the importance of creating personal boundaries and seeking solace in her own way. The novel concludes with a profound understanding that self-preservation and finding one's own balance are vital in navigating the intricacies of human emotion and connection. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.